What's up, you guys? Cece back with another video, and you guys know when we have this little setup and this format, it's time for a declutter. So if this is your first time watching me or my channel, you guys already know the deal. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and also click the little notification bell so you never miss uploads such as this. Let's jump right on in because we have a lot of brushes. So as per usual, I want you guys to pause this video right now and comment down below how many brushes you think I have. That is between sponges, face, and eye brushes. I will give you a hint, there's a lot. Like a lot. So let me know what you guys think right now. Okay, did you guess? Drum roll. I have a total of 551 brushes and sponges put together. So we'll probably be doing this video in two parts. I don't know how quickly I'm going to get through it. I'll try to go very quickly, but this will probably be in two parts. I'm just letting you know. So again, that's eye brushes, face brushes, and sponges. 551 is our total number. There are 491 brushes, and then there are 60 sponges. So we need to cut this number down significantly. I just have way too many. I did go ahead and categorize them into how I use the brushes, so it may not necessarily be the actual use for the brush per the company, but I did go ahead and I whittled it down to what I use the brushes for. So we're gonna start off with this category, and this is the powder brush category. So every single brush in this category I use as a powder brush for all over the face powder, not for powder foundation, but for all over the face dusting and finishing powders. And just an FYI, in case you were wondering, I have 33 of them, which I don't need. So let's go ahead and get this down a bit. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just get started. So I see some keepers right off the bat, not starting off in a good note, but whatever. I have the Sigma large powder brush. This one's definitely a keeper. I'm also, let me see, I have these two EcoTools brushes, which they're the exact same brush. This is the sheer powder brush, and it's such a good brush. But do I need two of them? I don't. The pink one is the cutest one, so I'll keep the pink one, and I'll give away the gold one. So this brush I got from eBay or AliExpress, one of them, like years ago, and it's held up so well. This is like the Marc Jacobs large powder dupe, and I definitely want to keep this brush right here. I'm also going to keep this BH Cosmetics and It's My Ray Ray #1 brush, as well as this Real Techniques. This is the powder brush. Such a good brush, you guys. If you don't have this one, seriously, you need to go pick it up. And this is a new one that I actually just got. This is the Pro Bronzer brush number 80 from Sephora brand. They have such good brushes. I'm definitely keeping that. I haven't even used it yet. Okay, we're not going too well yet, honey. We're not doing too well. You know what? This Luxie, I like this brush though. This is the Luxie large powder brush. This Wet n Wild one is actually really nice. Oh my God. Oh my God. This It Cosmetics one is really nice. So is this It Cosmetics one. Is this the same brush? This one's the ball powder and this one's the essential powder. So they're different, which means I have to keep them. This is the one by Andrea Renee from her collection, and I love this one too. Not doing well, you guys. Okay, here's one. This is the Luxie 532 round top blender. This is not dense enough for me to use for liquid, but it's too dense to use for powder. So I don't really like this one, and I can go ahead and let this go. I also have this Wet n Wild brush as well, and I kept this one right here. They're basically the same, but this one looks a little older, so I'm going to get rid of this one. All right, here's one. This is the Morphe E58. I never use this brush. I don't really know what to do with it. Let's get rid of it. The Sephora Pro Flawless powder brush. I do like this, so I do want to keep it. This can also double as like a bronzer brush as well, so I'm going to keep that one. The e.l.f. complexion brush, I can go ahead and get rid of this one. I can also get rid of this Moda brush. I think I got this from BoxyCharm. It's a really good brush. I just don't need it, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. This is another brush that I got from eBay like years ago. It's like an IT Cosmetics dupe, and I thought I had the real one, but I guess I don't. But it's an IT Cosmetics dupe, and it works really, really well, so I'm gonna keep it. Here's another one from Eco Tools. This one is the blush brush, but I've been using it as powder, but it looks like you can use it as bronzer or blush. I'm gonna keep that one as well. Sephora brand full coverage foundation brush. This is another one that's not dense enough in my opinion to do liquid, but it's too dense to do powder, so I'm gonna let this one go. This Farrah brush, another BoxyCharm fine, I'm gonna let this one go. Let's see, Morphe E3. I actually really like this brush, but this is more so, I think I use this for blush or bronzer. This might not have, should have been in here, but whatever, I'm gonna keep it. Here's one by Sedona Lace. This isn't the softest brush in my bunch, so I can let that one go. I do want to keep this Luxie tapered face brush. This is such a great powder brush. Let's see, this is the Morphe E1. This is one of those, again, too dense for powder, not dense enough for liquid in my opinion, so I'm letting it go. Plus it's a little wobbly, feels like it's gonna fall apart, so I'm gonna let that go. Scott Barnes is definitely a keeper. I just got this one. This one I've used for all over powder, and I know it's a little small, but I've used it mostly for all over powder, but I've also used it for under eye setting powder. So either or works with this Scott Barnes brush, and I love it. Okay, so this brush right here, this is a Jessup large powder brush. This brush I got from Amazon. If you guys watched my channel for a very, very long time, I probably hauled this brush maybe 5 years ago, if not more, and it's been holding up so well. These brushes were so cheap, but it feels like it's, I mean, a little wobbly, and I really don't need it, so I'm gonna finally let that go. Let's see, this is the e.l.f. Selfie Ready Foundation Brush. Don't really use this or like it that much, so I'm gonna let this one go as well. I have the BH Cosmetics powder brush. This is a really good brush, very soft, just unnecessary with all the other powder brushes I have, so that one can go. Morphe M551, I like this one, so I'm gonna keep this one right here. And then the last two, I have the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I'll keep that one for now, and I'm also gonna keep this Sephora brush as well. All right, so I figured we would do all of the face brushes first. So let's go ahead, and this should be an easy one. These are all of my duo fiber brushes. There's 7 of them. And let's see, all of my dual fiber brushes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't use dual fiber brushes very often. I do use them for like blush, sometimes for bronzer, just depending on the product, but not very often. So let's see what we really, really need here. This MAC 187, hint, this isn't a real MAC 187. I got this from eBay some years ago, and it's still holding up very, very well. I love this brush, so I wanna keep it. This one from e.l.f. is just super flimsy, and I don't really love that, so I can let this one go. I also have this small one from Coastal Scents. I actually like this for using it for certain bronzers, so I'm gonna keep this one. Oh, you know what? I was gonna keep it until I found out it was wobbly. Let's let that go. I do have the Sephora Pro Small Stippling Brush in number 42. This is a really tiny stippling brush. I don't use it very often at all, but I do wanna keep it. This is nice for like cream contour or cream blush if you use that, so I'm gonna keep that one. I do have these two like wooden brushes from Josie Maran. This one feels like it's gonna fall apart any minute now, so I can let the big one go, but I do want to keep the small one. Again, I really like it for like cream contouring and cream blush. And then last but not least, this is the Luxie 516 Duo Fiber. I'll get rid of this one too. All right, that was an easy category. On to the next one. This one, these are all of my traditional flat foundation brushes. There are 9 of these. I got rid of a lot of these the last go round, the last time I did this, because I don't use this very often. I use this so I don't get product like underneath my nails. So I'll use it for primers or stuff like that. But I don't use these very often at all. So I really don't need many of them. This is a new one from Kat Von D, so I'm gonna keep this one. I will also keep, I can get rid of this one. This is the Luxie 510. I don't even like how this one feels, so I'm gonna get rid of that one easily. I can also get rid of this Luxie one. This is another 510, but just in a different texture. I like these bristles more, but just don't use it enough to keep it. The Sigma one, I do like the stiffness of the Sigma one. This is the Foundation F60. So let's keep that. And then let's pick one more to keep, actually two more, because I do want to keep this smaller one, the pointed foundation brush. I'm going to keep that. And then I'm also going to keep this ColourPop one. But the other two, or the other three, those can go. And that's what? The IT Cosmetics and then two of the Eco Tools. We're doing good, people. Let's move into, not foundation, this is highlighting brushes. These are all the brushes that I would use to apply my highlights. And so one that I know I can get rid of that I just really don't like is the Sigma Powder Sweep Brush F06. I think this is more so used as like sweep powder underneath the eyes. That's making me want to keep it for that now. I think I'm going to keep this for that actually. Yeah, not as a highlight, because I was using it as a highlighting brush, but I think I want to keep it for that. Let's pull some more keepers. I definitely want to keep all of my Morphe M501s. These are probably my favorite highlighting brushes, along with the 510s. They're really, really good brushes for highlighting. I love all of those. So I have several. There's another 510. Here is another 501, and here's another 510. So I'm going to keep all of those. This brush right here I don't really love. This is the Sephora fan brush. I don't love this brush. I got this just a few months ago. I got this set, I think, at the last Sephora sale, but not really loving that, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm also gonna, oh, this was a pretty good one though. This was the AOA Studio F19, and this was a foundation brush. This was like $1. I'm gonna keep that. I also found another Morphe M501. I want to keep this BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. I'm going to keep this Wet n Wild baby here. This is the P75. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep one of the Anastasia A23s. This is a really good highlighting brush, but I just don't need both. I can let go of this Morphe fan brush. As you can see, it's seen better days. It's the M310 Sephora Pro Highlight. I like this brush, so I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to let go of the Real Techniques setting brush. I'm going to let that one go. I use this every now and then. This is the Eco Tools fan brush. I don't use it often, but I use it, like I said, every now and then. I'll definitely get rid of the e.l.f. Let's set that to the side. These two Wet n Wild ones, this is my favorite shape if you guys haven't figured it out. My favorite shape to highlight. Both of these are Wet n Wild. This one's older, so I can get rid of that. I'll keep this one, and then I'll also keep this one because I don't think I kept another fan brush. Okay, so these are some of my absolute favorite brushes to use, like, period. And these are like those under eye setting brushes. That's what I use them for, at least. I use this to, again, dust under eye setting powder underneath my eyes. And I see I have 3 that are really, really similar. This is the e.l.f. highlighting. Oh, I have 18 of these in case you guys were interested. This is the e.l.f. highlighting brush. I have the e.l.f. This one doesn't have a name. And then another e.l.f. highlighting brush. I am going to keep one of the e.l.f. highlighting brushes, and I'm going to get rid of the other 2. No need to have all those duplicates. Here's another e.l.f. small tapered brush. This is a good one. Let's keep that one because I like that shape. That's a little different from the highlighting brush. Now, anyone who knows me knows I am not a huge fan of, I hate dual-sided brushes because they're just harder to store. Like, I store my brushes standing up and they're just so hard to store. And I don't particularly love this one anyway. The only side I was using was this one. So I'm going to let that go. Okay, woo, let's see. I love this Alamar brightening brush, so I'm going to keep that. I'm also going to keep, are these Luxie brushes the same? This one is the tapered highlighter. This one is the Precision Foundation, and this one is the Taper Highlighter. So clearly I don't need 2 taper highlighters, so one can go. I'll keep the other. And this Precision Foundation. Let's get rid of that. Wet n Wild P65. I kind of like this brush, so I'm going to keep that one. I'm also going to keep this. This is the Andrea Renee Peach and Pearl brush. I'm going to keep that. This Eco Tools one I really like. This is the Precision Highlight. I'm going to keep that one. What else do we have? This one is by Sephora brand. I don't love this one. Let's get rid of it. This Eco Tools one, this is the tapered highlight. Didn't I just keep one of those? I think I did, but oh gosh. I'm gonna keep this one too. I'm also gonna keep this Luxie tapered highlighter in the blue, and I'm gonna keep this BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. Oh no, this Sephora one's really good. This is the highlighting brush. Okay, I'm keeping that. I'm getting rid of the Real Techniques. I feel like that one didn't go well, but you know, we still have some time, all right? So here are my, what are these? Contouring brushes. Liquid contouring brushes are what these are. I have 26 of them, 26. And this is what I would use if I'm doing, not liquid, a cream contour, or even sometimes a cream highlighter or a cream blush. This is what I would use for my cream face products, not foundation. So this brush right here, this is the Luxie 680 Pro Precision Face. I only use brushes like this when I am blending out, like I said, like cream contour. So I want to keep one of these, but I'm going to set it to the side because I don't know if this is the one I'm going to keep. I'm definitely going to keep this Morphe M536. I love this brush. I can use this for setting powder under the eyes. I can use this to blend out creams. I can use this for pretty much whatever. And so I'm definitely keeping it. Y'all remember when these brushes used to be all the rage? These brushes like this. This is the NARS, well, it's like a dupe, NARS Ita brush. I don't use this anymore at all. And then I have the Tarte, this is like the Tarte brush, which was kind of the same, but a little more dense. Don't use this either, so I'm gonna get rid of both of those. Two that I know I'm keeping are the one Scott Barnes, one Sonia Kashuk. So this is the Scott Barnes number 65. I love this for contouring. You can use it for cream contouring or regular contouring, so I'm going to keep it. And then I have the Sonia Kashuk. This is the wide contour. Also another great contouring brush, so I'm going to keep both of those. All right, let's move on. I know I can get rid of this e.l.f. contouring brush. I never use this brush, so I'm going to let that go. I do have this, what is this? Real Techniques Rebel Edge Broad Brush. This is one, this isn't cream really because I can only use this for powder, but I love the shape of it. I actually just got this one and I'm gonna keep that one. Ooh, what is this? The Sephora Pro Contour Blender number 77. I just don't feel like I'm ever gonna use this. There's no need to keep it. Let's just get rid of it now. I have the Morphe E50. I'm gonna keep that. What is this? Because this looks very similar. This is the Sephora, Blush Brush 99. I actually like this too. I'm gonna keep both of those. Okay, this is the Sephora brand Pro Foundation Brush. It reminds me a lot of this Luxie, but smaller. I'm gonna set that one to the side as well. This one probably shouldn't be in here, but I'm gonna keep it in here for now. It's my Ray Ray number 3. I like it and I'm keeping it. Oh, I have another Morphe M536, definitely keeping that. I also have this Morphe E20. This is really, really nice to blend out like concealer. So I'm gonna keep that as well. All right, y'all, what else we got here? The Eco Tools Ultimate Pop Brush. This is like a foundation brush that you can use for foundation. So I'll keep it for now. I don't need the smaller one though. This is the Ultimate Cover. You're supposed to use it for concealer. I don't need that, so I'm gonna let it go. I'm also gonna let go of this Eco Tools Facial Dry Brush. I don't even know what that's for. So I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let go of this BoxyCharm. This was a BoxyCharm brush that came a few months ago. I'm gonna let that go too. What is this? Luxie 512 Small Contouring. Let's keep that for now. I'm also going to keep this contour brush from Real Techniques. I like this one too. Shouldn't be in this pile, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. I have the Morphe G1. I like that, and I'm going to keep it. And then I have two more. Eco Tools Precision Blush. I feel like we kept one of these already, so let's get rid of it. And then this, what is this? The Zoeva 110. Let's get rid of that too. All right, let's go back to these two. I feel like I would get more use out of the smaller Sephora one than the Luxie. So let's get rid of that. Let's keep that. Woo, Child, I didn't realize I had so many face brushes, but there are a lot of them. So I have 30 of these. These I use for contouring and or blush. So I will powder, contouring and or blush and bronzing. That's what I would use brushes like these for. Just depends on the shape of the brush what I would use each one for. So let's go ahead. First of all, I have 2 of these already. The Real Techniques, these are the blush brushes. These are great brushes for blush. I love them. I love it, but I only need one. I only need one. So I'm going to keep the one that looks the newest and I'll get rid of the oldest one. I love this one from Crown Brush. This is a really, really nice one for contouring. So I do love that one. I also love this. Is this Wet n Wild? This is Wet n Wild, right? No, this is Real Techniques. I love this one too. What else do I have that I really can't live without? ColourPop. Love this brush. This is the... doesn't have a name, but I really, really love this brush. So I'm going to keep that. Can't really live without that. The Sephora one is really nice as well. This is the foundation brush. We're going to keep that also. Okay, can we get rid of any of these? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I don't use this very often. This is the Sephora powder brush. I usually use it for contouring when I do, but I can let that go. I can also let go of this Crown brush. I don't really love this for anything, so I'm gonna let that go. What is this? What? I like this shape. I like the shape of this Wet n Wild brush. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one, the Morphe R5. Let's get rid of that. What is this? Sephora E48. I like this shape, so I'm going to keep it. I can get rid of this Moda Pro brush. This is so soft, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Kara. This is the Kara K28. Oh, one is the K28 and then one is the K14. They both look similar and they're both the brushes that I really, really like. I'm going to keep the K14 just because I don't need both because they both look extremely similar. Here's another like NARS dupe brush that I got from eBay years ago. I don't use this as much anymore, so I can let that one go. e.l.f. blush brush. I have 2 of them, it looks like. I'll keep one and get rid of the other. Okay, Eco Tools. This is probably another tapered blush brush. Didn't we already keep 2 of these or did we keep 1? I think we kept 2. I'm going to get rid of that. Morphe M523. I love this for contouring. Do I have several of them? This is the R10. They look so similar. I love this Luxie 660. I feel like I kept one, but I'm going to keep it anyway. The Sigma F10. I also love this BH Cosmetics brush. This is the number 2. What is this? Some type of blush brush. I'm going to get rid of it. All right, just a few left. What is this? LA Girl 107. I don't really like how this one feels. Let's let that go. The e.l.f. complexion brush, I can let that one go also. Ooh, the Morphe M527. I like this brush. Didn't I keep one of these? I don't know. I'll keep this one though. I have the Wet n Wild P72. I'll keep it. I can get rid of this Morphe M530. I really don't need that one, and it's a little wild. The bristles are a little wild. The Jessup powder and blush brush. I do love this brush. I told you guys the story about Jessup already. And then I have the Wet n Wild. This doesn't have a name. I'll let that one go.